Hello, YouTube. How you doing? You might guess who it is. It's the Scoundrel M. That's right. Yeah. It would have said so on the video titles, right? Somewhere around there. Whatever. You know what you're getting into. And if you don't, then some of this is going to seem pretty meaningless. Let's get into this, shall we? That was a blisteringly good intro, wasn't it? I'm getting better and better at introducing YouTube videos. One of these days, I'm going to do one that's so good that my teeth will spontaneously turn into diamonds and lasers will start shooting out of my eyes and arse. It'll be incredible. The Forgotten Beast Ost has come. A huge gopher with lidless eyes. It has a pair of knobby antennae, and it belches and croaks. Its amethyst hair is patchy. Beware its deadly blood. Well, we've had an encounter with this lad before, of course, because thanks to the wonders of time travel and crashing Dwarf Fortress games, we're going through this whole scenario again. I don't know if I've even uploaded the videos. I might not actually upload the ones... Oh, fuck it, I'll upload it all. Who am I to edit? I mean, why start now? Come on. Let's get into this and start killing this Forgotten Beast, because we know what's going on. We know what's going to happen. We're going to kill this one, another one's going to come along, it's going to go, I'm a Forgotten Beast, and it will just kill everybody. Now, we already have a distinct lack of military dwarves, because if I remember rightly, last time we did this, excuse me, hiccuping and burping all over the place, it's the folly of a man who eats sherbet and drinks coffee. Right, where was it? Yes, we lost all of our people last time to that giant one-eyed monkey, which we, if you will indulge me a moment, spanked. Oh, God, the jokes! Please forgive me, I appear to have destroyed my ribs entirely, never mind cracked them. They've vaporized, and hot bone steam is pouring out of every pore on my orifice. Can things pour out of pores? They're a little small, aren't they, for pouring? I mean, it's more of an oozing function that pores provide, right? Anyway, that's not relevant. Let's go back to the military screen and try and deal with this complete lack of anything like a military. Now, Asmel Kzgl, did we appoint him because he was good, or is he just in? And where the hell has my vampire unit gone? Oh, hang on, did I disband the vampire unit? I'm probably going to need some prompting here. If anyone was here for the last session, which I think, Science, you were here, so sorry to lay the mantle of lawkeeper on your shoulders, but I'm going to need people to remind me what happened and what I did. It's me, like, with the foresight of a time traveller, and I've got the memory of a fucking sponge. It's a disaster, isn't it? It's like being given the perfect gift and being unable to use it. Here, these shoes will make you run as fast as the wind on a very windy day. But I don't have any feet. I'm a fucking dolphin. It'd be awful. Do you reckon a dolphin could use magic shoes by putting them on its fins? I mean, it depends on the nature of the magical enchantment, right? I mean, maybe it's just a universal biological thing. The charm is activated by the presence of physical, organic, living matter within the ring of the boot necks. Are they necks? What's the top of a boot called? It's not a neck, is it? The boot pipe? The boot tunnel? The boot hole? Booty hole. No. Let's back off a second. Science has spoken up in chat. Last one I was here for when you first started doing the moat. I missed the time travel stream. Well, this is the time travel stream, I'm afraid, Science. Last time, at the very end, before a save happened, we had a crash, so I lost all my progress and we're back at square one. So that's basically what happened. Not when you started, when you first released the lava. Oh my goodness. That's a little way into the stream, so unfortunately we're running relatively blind. Oh my goodness, the fate of the fortress rests on my spongy memory. My spongiform mnemonicism. Those aren't real words, just in case any of you are English as a second language speakers. Don't attempt to wow people by sticking those in. I've just randomly taken a few syllables and sort of squeezed them into a shape that resembles sense. So don't go taking your vocabulary from me. Oh no, sirs, or madams, or whatever. Rice is 009. Hello, welcome back to the stream. Thanks for joining us again. And 07 to you too. That's me. That's the sound of my fingers hitting my forehead in ardent salute. I don't know if that's being picked up by the microphone, but It probably didn't sound very good. I mean, it sounded pretty fappy to me, but trust me, I have a solid forehead and most sturdy fingers. The fapping is entirely an invented sound. An invented sound? That's not what I mean. What? Something that happens with something else as a side. Is it a by? No. We'll come back to that. I've lost the words. So we've got the unswavering wheels here with Asmel. Let's go to Dwarf Therapist and check out and see if he is the dude. Asmel. Oh, here he is. Look at him. Oh, he is the dude. He's got sword skills. He's not just able to wield a sword. He's competent. So next time yeah, that sound. Actually, now I do it again. It sounds a lot more solid. There we go. Shouldn't bang my head like that. I'm going to destroy my brain. Well, you say solid, but that's for a given value of solid, right? It's not solid like a table leg, or solid like, say, a mug, or even indeed solid like a wired Xbox 360 controller. It's solid very much in a boneless, due to like hydraulic pressure. Is it hydraulic pressure if the fluid used is blood? Would that be hemodraulic pressure? Hemodraulic pressure. There's a name for a song. What kind of band would have that? Anyway, let's hello Radiant M. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Rather than having you look at this blinding white screen full of numbers, we'll just accept that Asmon is the dwarf that I had put in for that, and we will quickly try and set him up with some equipment, because if I remember last time, he ran... Oh, hang on a minute. I've left you on the therapist, haven't I? Let's go back to Fortress. There we go. If I remember rightly, last time we gave him a sword, or at least we told him to equip one. Whether or not he actually did is up for debate. But he ran in and got absolutely obliterated, which is a bit of a shame, because of course this creature's a giant gerbil or something, isn't it? Some kind of giant rodent creature. Something utterly unworthy of slaying hundreds of dwarves, even if it does have poisonous blood. Ah! The gears are turning. The memory is returning. 1 second. Let me just try and jog my memory with a little bit of situational visual input. Yeah, I remember now. The guy mauled a few guys downstairs, this badman, and he came up here past all my traps, which I was at the time of his arrival unaware, completely useless. But then he came up here and started hanging around, and eventually the people came in dribs and drabs. He ate a few kids, oh dear. Yeah, and then our military came in, and eventually, once it made its way into the stairwell, the citizens of the CRYPTBEARDIan civilization were so outraged at its presence that they without even being drafted, they all mobbed in and started punching it. The thing got bitten to... another thing we need to do. It's all coming back to me. Memories. I don't actually know the song, so I can't really sing it, but, I'll invoke it with just a word. And vaguely sung. We need to remove this zone. So if I press X, and then I do capital X, it removes the thing without area designation. Beautiful. The things you learn playing Dwarf Fortress. As we can see here, as a side note, the lava moat is filling up nicely, 2s and 3s. If I recall rightly, this was a successful strategy. We managed to get it up to 6s and 7s, or at least 5s and 6s, and then we pinged one of these other gates, and... or did we? I think we did. But anyway, it's going to get to 6s and 7s. We can ping it, and it'll be good. Yes, Hiki Jiki, that is lava you see. Your eyes do not lie. I was about to try and do a variation on blue Spanish eyes, revolving around the fact that you are Finnish, but the words just wouldn't come properly. You can't say... what was it I was going to say? I was going to say red Finnish eyes, but it just doesn't come across as innocently as it's supposed to. It sounds like a slur against the Finnish people. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. You know what? I was so intrigued by the appearance of a language called Suomi on the end of all the DVDs I watched in all the sort of like copyright warnings. I was like, who the fuck speaks Suomi? That I looked it up on the internet and found out that it's the language of Finland. So there you go. It's not called Finnish. That is a kind of polish. Oh, no, it's a dishwasher thing. I don't know. It's a Unilever product. Other products are available unless Unilever pay me, in which case, use Unilever products! Except, check to see if they're cool and that. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Who knows? That's right, Osmosis Jones. I consider bizarrely popular in Finland. The Finns are not excessively. That makes it sound like a bad thing, but anomalously represented in my viewership, considering I'm in England and I don't believe I've ever physically met someone from Finland. My dad went and worked there for a month or two once, but I have no connection to Finland, but somehow Finnish people seem to find my stream and go, I like what this guy's doing. I think I'll hang around for a while. Of course, we haven't seen Kiezu in a while, but he's not a Dwarf Fortress fan. He's also a fellow Finn. But there you go. Maybe it's something to do with the time I'm streaming. I mean, who knows? But anyway, enough of this nonsense talking about the various nationalities of people that are watching the stream. Let's get back into the action. We need to sort this military issue out. We've got a dwarf fortress to be defended from a forgotten beast, and no military to speak of. So, it's a lad with a sword. Let's go in there and just do his equipment quickly. We're just going to go to E for equipment, and then we're going to say weapon, capital W. There we go. We will choose a specific weapon, and he is going to use this steel short sword, as he did last time. Oh, fuck, I've given it to the goddamn vampire. There we go. I remember doing that last time as well. Right, here we go. He's a literal goddamn vampire. Damned by a god to be a vampire. Incredible stuff. Anyway, there's my weapon. What else did we give him? We gave him everything, didn't we? But can I be bothered? Because, I mean, for all the stuff we told him to get, I don't think he did. And he ended up getting pretty thoroughly busted when he got there. Even though he's fighting a giant poison-blooded gerbil or some sort of stuff. Is here free cold beer? What? Oh, speaking of unusual time zones, it's 4:30 a.m. here. Well, are you an early riser or a late faller? That doesn't work, does it? A late bed? No. Yeah. There's no real equivalent for a dirty stop-up? No, that doesn't work. The words fail me, as so often they do. Never mind. Science says it's 4 p.m. here, which is basically perfect to catch these streams. Well, there you go. That's good. I'm assuming that's somewhere in the United States or Canada or somewhere similar along those vertical globe lines, the time ones. What are they called? Meridians? Meridians, that's the one. Somewhere in Russia? British Columbia. Well, there we go. That's Canada? You're near... Is that near... I can't remember what side of Canada. Is that near Oak Island? Is that near Nova Scotia? India? No. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, sorry. I thought for a second you were saying that British Columbia was in India. I'm pretty sure there were quite a few places in India that started with the word British at one point, but thankfully now things have calmed down and the people who did that have moved on to other things, apparently. Entirely wrong. Okay, so exactly the opposite side of where I'm going. Okay, where I'm talking about. Well, there you go. Yeah, the British Raj, of course. Bit of a social blunder, that one. Probably, probably as a national thing, it should probably be really, not repeated. But there you go. Let's scroll up. Cloaks. I remember now, the whole armour thing. It's decided that dresses, robes and silk and things are all armour. No steel armour. Okay, well, fuck you then. Let's look at the legs. Let's look at... You know what? I could just tell him to wear greaves. Excuse me. Just wear greaves. That'll do. Helm. Put on a helm. Gloves? Sure. Wear gloves. Gauntlets if we've got them. And a shield? Yes, please. But I'll give him a specific... What? No. Wait. Huh? Thought we had more shields. Okay. We do have a helm that's made of an actual dead dwarf, which is kind of cool, but also I'm worried that it might have a adverse psychological effect on the dwarves that wear it. Oh no, Orist! But then maybe not. Maybe we could give it to the Hammerer, because if I remember rightly, we gave that to a pretty cruel motherfucker. He's the kind of guy who's like, yes, sir, I will gladly mete out punishment with my hammer. Bring me your sweet, sweet head for hammering. And another. What did you do? Stole a loaf of bread. Death. I can just imagine him. He'd be great at parties. As long as you, watched him. Don't want him bopping anybody over the head. Excuse me. Shield, Greaves, Gauntlet. You know what? Because we've done this before, sadly, the power of boredom has swept through my body, and now I have no more interest in equipping this bad boy any harder. Equipping him any harder? That doesn't seem right. I'm going to equip him really hard. Right in the fucking backpack. Excuse me. What am I doing? I've blasted all sense out of my mind with that little quip there. What a fool. What a sad sack. Do we try and pad up his... I remember what else. That's why I dedesignated the area with all the dogs in. We were going to assign all the dogs to him, so I press U. We find him in here. What was his name again? I'm just going to have a quick look at the old therapist, because the therapist will tell us. Asmel Kizestguzil. Stupid dwarf names. Can we search for him? I think we can, can't we? Q, search. Q, Asmel, and here he is. Asmel Kizestguzil, and we give him... go to unit, that was it. Go to unit. Oh, look at me, I'm on fire. I'm just tearing up this interface. Dwarf Fortress, an obscure interface, one that requires arcane knowledge. Not for me. Where are we going now? It's preferences. Bosh. Work animals. Dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da 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 da. There we go. No animals left to assign to Asmel Zeocopper. Well, hopefully his little canine friends will get with him soon enough. Let's quickly give him a second to appraise his situation. Is there any reason the library's full of thirsty dwarves? I don't know, actually. Let's think about it after we've dealt with old Asmel here, because I just want to make sure he gets all his gear. I want him to gear up before he charges into battle, because I'm not entirely sure he did that last time. I think he just charged in willy-nilly and got silly-billied, which is no fun for anybody. Shit, what do I do now? Give him a chance? I'm going to go to therapist. Let's all go to therapist. Why don't I let you join me in my blinding white nightmare of a screen? Those of you watching in the dark in bed, I apologise for the searing of your retinas, but... I was going to say it can't be avoided. It could be avoided. I could just not do this, but sadly, I care not for your sight. Go blind for all I care. Oh, my goodness, sorry. I appear to have been possessed momentarily by some kind of dark spirit. I'll try and get rid of it. I thought it was just wind, but apparently not. It's old Pazuzu come for his jollies. Where were we? Yes, we good in this guy's sword. Let's go over to labours. Find Asmel. What else are you doing, son? What else are you up to? You got any other labours? Not anymore. You're not an animal hauler. You're not a burier. You're not a food hauler. You're not a furniture hauler. You're not an item hauler. You're not a push/haul vehiculer. You're not a refuse hauler. You're not a stone. Oh. There we go, not a stone hauler, trade good hauler. Boom, they're all going off. Oh shit, I've turned on alchemy. That's no good. We don't need him trying to turn his piss into gold. That's an entirely unnecessary enterprise, sir. Okay, so let's get him geared up. I think that's how this works, right? So we get him, we go to squads, we say the unswerving wheels, not the barricaded immortal. Oh, hang on a moment. I left you on the fortress therapist, didn't I? We go to the unswavering wheels. You see that there? That's the unswavering wheels. And then I activate them by... what do we do? Excuse me for my tuneless clicking. Let's just let him roll around for a second. I'm going to unpause the action, even though we have a forgotten beast on the hoof, so to speak, even though it's got rodent feet, so it'll be on the skitter or some other, I don't know, I was about to say onomatopoeia, but hoof, of course, is not an onomatopoeia. It's hard to have an onomatopoeia for an object as opposed to a sound. I mean, technically impossible. Although maybe there are objects which are also sounds, like a standing sound wave, maybe? Is that right? Not the toy, you understand, the transformer. I mean, like an actual sound wave from physics and that. In the air. Vibrating molecules. Wow, 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 wow. Hello, Volio. You heard partially correctly. I had some problems with time erasing, but not clowns. It wasn't the clowns what done it. It was the crashes. It was just good old-fashioned dwarf fortress crashing. Nothing too special. Right. I've got a Forgotten Beast on the loose here. 20 minutes into the recording, and I have done fuck all other than assign a military boy some equipment, get aboard of that, and unpause the game for a fraction of a second. So let's unpause it a bit longer, go to you, go to others, and just zoom straight away to our Forgotten Beast friendo. There he is, look at him. Should we follow? See where he goes? I mean, we've already seen this before. Thanks to the prescient sight of the time traveller, I know that he's going to head up to my, what's that, an Olm? Yep. Whoa! Look at that. Straight in. And then this poor lad, he gets himself, well, just totally toasted. Ripped apart. Killed. Shredded. Destroyed. Maimed. Mangled. Wounded. Did I say wounded already? God damn it, I repeated myself. Unforgivable. Excuse me. I'm just about to go and kill myself. I'm joking, of course. It's a bad idea. If you're thinking about it, don't. Just, hold on. Wait a while. Well, I mean, permanently. Well, obviously you can't wait permanently. That's insane. I mean, that'd be cool though. Imagine that. Imagine all you had to do to live forever was just not kill yourself. That'd be brilliant. What a way to work things. What an idea. I'm gonna have a word with biology and physics and all the sort of underpinning fundamental forces of reality and see if I can get them to sort of swing a few ropes, ding a few bells. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. See if we can get this in motion. Get this started. Immortality for all. Woohoo! Sorry, I appear to have lost my mind entirely. Let's get this old lad equipped up, shall we? Maybe some burrows. Maybe some burrows would be appropriate here, right? Perhaps that makes more sense than sort of, panicking and shitting myself and worrying about this Forgotten Beast and just assuming that my military will die. If we make some burrows, that means at the very least all my dwarves will be together when the Forgotten Beast bursts in. And then I can almost imagine its lidless eyes turning from ravenous hunger and aggressive, the eyes of a predator, black like a doll's eyes. And then they turn to a sort of worried, anime sort of like 3 highlight twinkling, as they realise they're about to be turned into jelly, turned into living pate by the flying fists of 87 dwarves. It'll be beautiful. Maybe we get them all on this floor, and then when they're ready, boff. I mean, actually, I only really need to make it this area here, don't I? The dining hall, this bit. Let's do it. Stop waffling, scoundrel. Just get on with it. Just do what you're supposed to do. Where is the button that lets me assign burrows? Is it W? Is it W? Whoop, whoop. It's W. Let's add a new burrow, and this is burrow 1. Enter. Define this burrow. Boff. Here we go. So we'll start up here. There we go. Bingo. And then... no, that's better. Let's try again. Let's... Whoop, 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 whoop. Get him bigger. Do we need it to encompass the animals? You know what? Let's make it this whole floor. Why pussyfoot around? Why not take it... actually, you can flood fill, can't you? Bollocks. That would have been much more sensible. But there we go. There's a new burrow. We're not going to even bother giving it a new name. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to say... military screen. Unswavering rules. Now we go to... Is it alerts? A. And I'm going to say it's time for the civilians to go into burrow 1. Boom! There we go. Lovely. And the unswavering wheels, well, we'll see what happens with you. So, everybody, please flood down into the food zone and commence eating and drinking. Hopefully this will be a happy experience for most of them. Although the number of children tells me that if the dwarf fortress, if the Forgotten Beast does make it down here, we're going to see some serious psychological issues all round, I think. Mainly because everybody in the fortress is going to be witness to the death of... Huh? Who's this dead guy? Curse Boy? Oh, the guy who tipped over the bookcase. Well, someone's done him in. Let's check him out. Let's see what this combat report says. Where's Curse Boy? Did he fight or did he just die? If I remember, did he lose his mind and start hitting people last time? Went into some kind of crazy crackpot spiral of madness. Oh, the Forgotten Beast is fighting that lad down in the basement. Poor bastard. The carpenter punches the lie maker in the third finger, left hand, with his right hand, and the injured part explodes into gore. Punched in the finger. Perhaps, I'm imagining the crazed Curse Boy is charging towards with his hands in sort of like claws. They're like not actual literal crabby claws. I mean, he's just like bent fingers, ready to grab and grasp, and he's lunging forward with his hands at head height, going, I'm going to attack you. And this guy goes, no way, I'm not going to allow this to happen. I am going to take swift action and resolve the situation. Kapow! And then the fist just flies into the middle finger of the sort of clawed hand, and red mist. Red mist. Hello, Ocelot. Welcome back to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, I got stopped there. For some reason I derailed. I said thank you very much and my mind just went completely blank. Anyway, so this guy died, which isn't terribly bad because he was cursed. We didn't know what he was. He could have been a vampire. He could have been a werewolf. It's best not to find out, really, isn't it? Let's just kill him. Kill them all. There we go. So we'll unpause for a second. Oh, shit. The Forgotten Beast is already up here. So this is not what I would describe as optimal situation. An optimal situation, of course. Let's go to our military screen. Has he actually got... He's never been activated to train. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to alert him, and I'm going to move him here. Squads B, the unswerving. Why are we fighting with only one guy? I should just chuck at least 9 other randos in with him, right? Give him a little bit of a meat shield. Mind you, what are the dogs for, if not a shield of meat? With my shield of meat, you will see defeat. No, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I was trying to do a Batfink thing, but I now realise that anybody even slightly younger than me will have no fucking clue who Batfink is. Right, so the unswerving wheels. Now we say M, move, and we'll put them... Now, the Forgotten Beast died here last time, but I think that was more a function of people pouring out of every door around it and going, die, beast, die! And their little tiny knuckles were like sort of fleshy hailstones coming down and destroying the thing. Let's position him here betwixt the burrow and the rest of the fortress. Now, is FB going to stop? Come on, Ost. He's got to bash the door in. I think all the citizens are moving down into the burrow, but if we look here, all the visitors are remaining in the tavern. Maybe the alert wasn't alerty enough. Maybe the alert was just kind of like, pss, 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 pss. Hey, Orist, get down here. We're going down here. Leave the elves and the humans on the surface. Let them suffer the wrath of the Forgotten Beast. Oh, here comes one of our lads. He's coming up. Who is he? Who is this brave soul coming up behind the Forgotten Beast, ready to defeat the poison-blooded bastard? Zassit. Okay. He's a militia commander. Not active. He's off duty. He's been decommissioned, demobbed. But, let's see what he does. He charges in. He goes for it. He's a fucking lad. Obliterated, but he's a lad. Oh no, there's a bone. He's not dead. He's not dead. Let's look at the combat report and see what happened there. Okay, it doesn't look good. He's had his right lower leg bitten off. Not good. And his right upper arm has been scratched off. Bad. Forgotten Beast kicks the militia captain. Got a bruise. That's not so bad, but really we don't care. He's had his pancreas bruised. Oh, where will he get his bile from now? The Forgotten Beast scratches the militia captain in the left hand, tearing apart the muscle through the mitten. Artery has been opened, and many nerves have been severed. Okay, well, poor old lad there is very much on the way to death. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. There you go, a little bit Guns N' Roses version for you there, rather than the original. And why not, I say? Why not? Why not? When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. Sorry, I appear to have lost my mind entirely. Let me just have a sip of water and see if it, puts things back on track. That's it, Forgotten Beast. You stand there next to Mr. Corpsey and just wait. I'm hoping all the lads who've turned up at this fortress saying, I want to fight beasts and monsters, are in here, and they're going to rush the fucker and kill it with proper weapons before my lads even have to do anything. What's this boy up to? Udil. Oh, if I remember rightly, he's a bit depressed. This guy, another Udil, the outpost liaison. Oh, it's not ideal if he dies. I think there might be some repercussions globally on that front, but, whatever. Should we quickly pop down into the dining zone to see how they're doing? Oh, look at this. Busy, no beds, though. Bit of a problem. But at least there's food. Come on, guys, it's alarm time. You've got to watch out. We got the Forgotten Beast knocking around. This lad's absolutely resolute. His dogs aren't anywhere to be found, but he's right there. Let's unsquad him. Let's see what happens if we go to squad B, cancel station. Boom. What does he do? Where does he go? How does he behave? What's his plan here? What's his motivation? Let's give him a little follow and see what he does. I'm gonna get my sword. I'm gonna be much better off with a weapon. Or maybe he's saying, I'm gonna get my dogs. Where are my dogs? Where are my dogs at? As dwarves are often portrayed with the faux Scottish accent there. I don't do a very good Scottish accent, but I do a good dwarf voice. It's a very different thing. Some people might mistake one for the other, but that's folly. Sheer folly. Folly roldiol. Foldily oldily. Right, has he finally got his little horde? I think he has. Let's head back up to this. What, he moved away. Has he got his weapons? He's not. Okay. He's decided that that's all cool. Let's escape out of this follow. There we go. This lad's still stopped by the door. Whether he's, he might be wounded. Remember last time he started bleeding out, and if we'd probably just waited a little bit longer, we might have been able to get him deaded. Let's have a look at his wounds. No. He's been wounded very mildly. He's taken a very, very slight scratching to one of his paws, which I would describe as suboptimal. From my perspective, at the very least. Bedrooms? No. No. Oh, we can go down. You know what? Maybe I'll add the weapons stockpile and all this area to the safe zone. Yeah? Yeah, let's do it. W, we'll increase the size of the burrow. Add... No. Define this burrow. Boom, there we go. That's what we wanted to do. Okay. Excuse me. A little bit of copyright violation there. I do apologise. I should know better. There we go. And now this is big old burrow. Will they travel betwixt the burrows? Let's have a little look and see. Resume the action. Yeah, we got peeps pour. Well, we got a peep pouring in. Can one peep pour? Ah, this is a good sign. Lots of dogs suggests the presence of the militia commander. Suggests heading towards weapon storage. Suggests Trevin weapon. Let's quickly pause on him and have a little look at Asmel's eel couple. What's he got in his inventory? Let's have a look. Muskox leather trousers, a wombat leather dress. I picked one. Cave spider silk coat, mole leather cloak, alpaca wool cap, hood, llama wool, blah, 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 cow leather water skin, steel short sword. There we go. He's strapped. He is strapped. I believe it says there that it's actually strapped to him, so he's literally strapped. Not with a gat, of course. Not the gat. He's got a sword, but he's still strapped, which is good to know, right? You want your lads to be strapped, preferably with gats, but swords will work. in the right scenario. Hang on a minute, look, the tavern's looking a bit lively. Have these lads realised what's going on?
Yeah, there's a forgotten beast round there. Maybe we should fight it.
Possibly. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know, though. It seems that they're not doing anything. They're just sitting there in the tavern, probably just carousing, right? Having a rare old time, singing The Wild Rover and other such famed boozy songs. I mean, the songs themselves aren't particularly... Well, that song is particularly boozy, isn't it?
No, nay, never.
Has he got his weapons? Is he all kitted out? Where are the dogs? Let's look for the dogs. That's when we'll see him. Oh, he's down here. He's just doing dog things. He's hanging around in the hematite stockpile with his pups, as you do. I mean, I know whenever I'm surrounded by dogs, I like to also be surrounded by ores of iron. It's a nice feeling. Anyway, seeing as he's all kitted out and ready to go, let's bring him up here. Squad B, the Unswerving Wheels. This could be an opportunity to kill our vampire, actually. Mind you, he's our manager. Yeah, let's not upend the fortress and our mayor. Let's not put the whole place into political turmoil just for the sake of using our vampire.
Righty-ho. What to do? Do we position in the corridor ready to attack? Or do we take the initiative and rush the Forgotten Beast with our sword?
You know what? If we're in position, the dogs will form a meat shield. At least that's the plan. So, let's move him. Bosh. He's going to go here. Bang. He's in. Here he comes. Up the stairs. Yeah? You going to come up? You going to fight this guy? You going to kill him? You going to do the chop chop? Do the slishy slashy? The swishy swashy? The sword chop thing? You know, what you're trained to do to competent levels. Or at least as much as your character sheet says. Excuse my coughing and spluttering here. I really should be stopping the YouTube recording, but we'll let it roll on. And if this Forgotten Beast gets slaughtered, I'm going to do an immediate hard save afterwards using Dwarf Hack, because we don't want to fall to crashing again. Well, Military Boy seems to give no figs for his military service. What is this? Why you no position? I spoke too soon. Although he does appear to be going a rather roundabout route. Yeah, that was where I told you to position yourself. In bed. What? What is this all about, eh? What's your plan? What's your plan here? Surely you're not deliberately courting a court-martial. Is that what you want? Do you want the Hammerer to come and find you? The previously mentioned exceedingly cruel Hammerer. Oh, chat just ticked up. Is the squad active? Oh, Hiki Jiki, your wise words have nudged me to check. Let's have a look. Schedule. Unswerving Wheels. Train. Yeah, they're set to train, but I told him to stand, didn't I? Are they active? In alerts. Okay, in alerts. The Unswerving Wheels are now activated. Good. There we go. Activate, motherfucker. Activate. Come on. Get out of bed. I've activated you.
Treadstone.
Come on. I want you to start Jason Bourning people. I want you killing people with a biro. Put that sword down, pick up a writing implement, and jab it in somebody's neck. Oh, and then again, it's a giant gerbil. What is it again? Let's have a quick peek at the old FB again to refresh our memory. Is it a gerbil? Could be wrong. Ost. Z? There we go. Gopher. That's it. A gopher with lidless eyes. Ah, the cruel life of an animal that tunnels through dirt with no eyelids. Imagine, no wonder it's so upset. Imagine the amount of little bits of dirt it's got in its eyes. Oh dear. Udil the craft dwarf is starving. Well, that's what happens when you slip into a deep depression. You don't eat, you don't drink, you just mope. It's terrible, but it's the way the fortress is right now. Hopefully things will get better. These appear to be the invalids who have hurt themselves or been hurt, probably by the one-eyed monkey. But then again, maybe they were hurt by other things. This thing hasn't hurt anyone yet. Excuse me. My throat is as dry as a bone. Bear with me. Nobody wants a bone throat. Oh, there's some imagery I wish I hadn't conjured into my mind. Let's, believe it or not, this is actually unpaused. Things are happening, and we are trotting along at nearly 50 frames a second, so I don't know what's going on here. He's training. He's training. Let's try making that positioning again. B, the unswavering wheels, move. Move to here. That's it. I just hadn't done the order properly. Ah ha ha! Once again, my own ineptitude has proven the answer. Shall we head closer? Oh dear. There's some kind of bugs infesting the corpse of this poor dead lad. Never mind.
Never mind, it's the way of nature. It's what they do. They break down the corpse so that it can all return to the earth and be sucked up by trees and plants.
Sorry, I don't... Again. I've done it again. Dear. Let's move this lad again, shall we? Let's move him again. Boom. M. Over here. Where, might I ask, are your dogs at? Could I ask that? I mean, they should really be with you, right? They are working dogs. What's happening here? Someone's dropped off something. Someone's dropped off. What? No? Yeah. Okay, let's just go to the alert screen. A giant olm has reverted to a wild state. Oh, it's a good job you told me. Otherwise, I might not have noticed that the caged animal was fucking wild. Oh, who would have thought? Who could have possibly contemplated such a thing? Right, anyway, where were we? Let's unpause this and see what we can do about getting his dogs up. In the recent updates, I was having a ball of a time, pissing off every site in the vicinity. Then 600 goblins showed up, not counting the trolls and mounts. Shit. I do not... Sorry, I've got annual saves. That's the problem. I've got an annual save, so I had to go a whole year, and then it conked. It just went down and died, Voliol. There was nothing I could do. Hello, Firehawk. Good evening. In fact, no, you are correct. Good morning. It is 12:30 at night, and I have been streaming for an hour. Oh, I forgot to pause at half-hour mark again. Oh, bloody hell.
Fucking hell. What have I done? I've only gone and ballsed it all up, and I've left myself a quivering wreck of a man.
That's not entirely true. Although the voice, as my voice went, it seemed to demand that kind of character. Right, dogs. Who's this gaily coloured chap with the red and blue baubles? Let's zoom in a bit, see who he is. He's, Iteb the chemist. Oh. Sure. Should we call you Heisenberg? Popular culture reference. Where have the old militia commander's dogs gone? They appear to be down here, scattered around in the food area. Are they beholden to remain in the... Firehawk, last session I played for about an hour and a half. No save occurred and it crashed.
And I lost everything. I was left destitute, unable to continue my fortress through sheer frustration. I stopped playing, and I spent a goodly time playing Alien Isolation instead, which was no more valuable to my nerves.
Excuse me. Silly voices abound. Why am I doing this? Okay, so are the dogs made to stay here? Oh, if only we'd trained more crocodiles, and if only they'd have more sex. Oh, I haven't put them on the chains yet. That's why they're not having sex. Everybody knows that crocodiles just can't get it up unless they've got chains involved. It's just the way they are. Born that way, don't judge. You fucking monster. How dare you judge? What one crocodile does with another crocodile is entirely their own business. Such a bunch of judgmental bastards. I feel ashamed to be streaming to you, he says, putting words in everybody's mouth. I am not sure what to do in this situation. I want the dogs to come to him. Let's check the thingy, the burrow. Limit workshops to borrow, add citizens to borrow, center on borrow, delete. What's the deal? Why no dogs? I definitely assigned them, didn't I? Let's go over him. Let's click on the lad. There he is. We'll do the old preferences, work animals, No animals left. 34 war beasts have been assigned. So... Oh, hello, Cupo. Welcome back. Those of you who want to see competently made forts and beautifully designed fortresses rather than this horrific eyesore, you might want to check out Cupo's Dwarf Fortress streams. He might well... I don't know. You tell the people, Cupo, you may be streaming this evening. Often you are when I finish, and often I forget to host and send a raid in, but I'll try and remember tonight. I'll try and remember. Unless, of course, we end up going off on a wild tangent and playing something else, which is entirely possible. Although... not probable. Can the dogs access the place? Any tightly closed doors? No, no tightly closed doors. And that's a scoundrel guarantee. Well, I'm reasonably confident because they got down there and I haven't locked any doors. In fact, there's no doors between them and here. They could quite easily come up here. You cheeky little canine gits. How dare you? How bloody dare you? A large rat has reverted to a wild state. Oh no, whatever would I have done if I hadn't received that information in a timely fashion? Whatever would I have done? Nothing. This is kind of a Mexican standoff, or a stalemate. Not a Mexican standoff, we'd have to have guns drawn on each other, but, kind of just standing here, waiting for the Forgotten Beast to move, seeing if it'll actually pull forward. Maybe I I know what to do. We'll do this. We'll say I. And we'll build a zone. And the zone can be here. Can a Forgotten Beast trigger traps if it's dodging onto them? Because that might be cool, right? That might be cool. Crocodiles also, I forgot to mention what Cupo said. He said that crocodiles bite each other's legs off pretty often. I'm not sure if that's a Dwarf Fortress foible you're telling us about, or an actual thing about crocodiles. I don't know. I can imagine them biting each other. They don't seem particularly, friendly creatures. I can imagine them being a bit dickish. A little bit dickish. Oh, a dicky little crocodile, I see. In real life. Oh, in IRL. In real life. Oh my goodness. 2 layers of reality. That's intense. Double layered. It is a hypercube of leg biting. A crocodile skin hypercube. If I'm ever a trillionaire, I think I'm going to have a crocodile skin hypercube. I mean, I don't know quite where I'd buy one or where I'd make it, but once you've got enough money, right? Geometry becomes just a load of old bollocks, doesn't it? Surely. Maybe I'll ask Elon Musk. I'll give him a call and I'll say, "Excuse me, have you ever purchased or attempted to purchase a crocodile skin hypercube?" And when he says, "No, I'm not interested in that kind of thing. I like making electric cars and rockets," and I'll just go, "Well, fuck you, nerd." Hang up, and I'll have won. because. Right, let's put all the war dogs in there. All the war dogs can go in this little zone, and whether or not they choose to seek out their fate, they will get it. That's it. More war dogs. Can't have enough meat for the meat wall. Stray dog? Sure, why not? Not trained for war, but you're going in. More war dogs. They've all been named. That's going to be fun when they get torn apart, but oh well. Maybe we put in a rooster as well. Bit of cockfighting. I mean, they can fight. I mean, I don't know how well it will do, but we could. Dogs, war dogs. There we go. Maybe we should put a barn full of chickens and stacked empty cardboard boxes between the thing and us, so when it bursts through, it looks all cool. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure how applicable the tropes of the Dukes of Hazzard are for Forgotten Beasts. They are, after all, not driving cars with Confederate flags on the roof. Which, is something to say. Even if it's not, strictly speaking, relevant to anything. Another dog going in. Let's get all these pet dogs tore up. Good. Now we have assigned. Let us say done. There we go. Is anyone going to bring them up, though? Because, of course, that is outside the thingy, isn't it? The old, whoa. What are you doing, old military lad? Breaking position? For what? No, he's gone back. He's gone back. Maybe he just went for some food. They don't seem to mind it much. Oh my goodness, crocodiles. Giving no fucks since millions upon millions of years ago.
Hi, my name's Snappy the Crocodile, and I have given exactly 0 fucks over the extent of my multi-100-year lifespan due to the fact that crocodiles just don't die of old age. Sometimes we get too big and just can't live. That's how big we get. Just like lobsters. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement. What is going on here? It's paused again. I bet another animal's detrained itself. Oh, a giant cave toad. Oh, whatever will we do with all these wild cave toads hopping around? Dear, oh dear. What a waste of time telling me that was. What a waste of time. And what a load of time I've wasted not stopping and starting the recording for the YouTubers. It's been 50 minutes. I know not much has happened. I know very few events have transpired over the course of this stream, but hopefully you will have achieved some modicum of satisfaction through the viewing. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, YouTube.